Look, there is no way, no good answer to what you do with difficult people that are in the church. What's wrong is not the difficult people. It's having a church. A church is a worldly organisation, and you're trying to find godly ways of protecting it. You can't. If you throw her out, you're denying someone that presumably God does love and wants to have in the kingdom eventually, and you're just going to have nothing to do with her. And if you leave her in, she'll poison everything she puts her tongue to. Okay, it's not just women, but gossip is traditionally supposed to be women have got nothing better to do but idle chatter in the churches, which is what Paul seems to be up against immediately. He doesn't have a good answer to this. It's not going to be there because there's no godly answer to keeping an ungodly structure called church. Wow, that's a revelation, isn't it? You see, in normal relationships, not church artificial relationships, but in normal relationships, you have less and less to do with those that are ungodly. You treat them as heathen man. Sure, you'll rescue them if they're in desperate need, but they have nothing you want until they have a need, until they have ears to hear. And you're going to try and run a church with a lot of these people in it. Well, I can tell you the lack of success you're going to have in your organisation. And if you throw them out, you're going to end up with nobody. Because all the members are, quotes, sinners. And the concept of sin is Old Testament. It's not the concept of a parent. I don't weigh up whether my child's in sin or not, whether I should forgive them or not. My child doesn't know yet, doesn't appreciate, hasn't had the experience of realizing the importance of what's right and what's wrong, and what is right and what's wrong. I don't blame him. It's an error, yes. It's not a willful error that you do knowingly. You don't know, you're a child. Does that stop me loving you? No way. Do you see? But it is important in relationships to keep people who are not godly out of fellowship with those that are. Because your fellowship, in the way that you value it, is not of value to them. They'll exploit you according to their own goals. You have to be wise as serpents. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Well, the good guy in charge of the church, the priest or whatever, assuming he is good, he may just put up with them in and hope that the good people sort of keep a distance and know who they're dealing with. And then, of course, in the end, when they've been there long enough, their criticism, their rumours and so on, are about you. And they're now working in earnest to destroy the church. They're going to get rid of you if they can. And you're going to need to hope that the good people in your church, so to speak, are going to have priority over such, or else you're going to get flung out, accused of something, rightly or wrongly accused of something, but gotten rid of. And so the church you set up, there's someone else running it. Well, that doesn't seem right, does it? How often has that happened? Well, I suppose it makes you appreciate evil and the consequences of it. And therefore, I don't mean appreciate, realize, and therefore appreciate God and love him all the more. Which is why we're here, isn't it? It's a great training ground. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Dear one, the kingdom of heaven is not formal relationships. And that's what you have in church. Formally, you're all good members and you treat each other as if you are, and the result is you're stymied. I mean, you're wrecked. Because they're not all good souls at all. Some of them are extremely difficult, in fact. And will wreck the joint if they can. And do. You work for a worldly organisation like a company or a firm, you know, or the government. And you're in formal relationships. There is a way of relating to each other as if everything were proper and in its right place. But it's not. And this springs back on you at some point and they throw you out for no good reason. Or they treat you badly. Because they are what they are. Well, in an informal environment of just relationships, see, true relationships are like your relationship with God. There's you and him, and it's genuine. There's nothing between you, no one between you. It's not formal means of communication, you know. Goes through some sort of editing and doctrine. You think, now, how should I say this in a way that's going to be acceptable to him? It's not that. He knows what you're thinking before you open your mouth. And in a sense, you see, they are the only relationships. Informal. What we call friendships, as opposed to roles in society. You know, love is not a role. I'm not doing things because this is the role. I'm doing it because I love you, and value you, and appreciate you. And hopefully they you too. That's what's wrong with church. It's an organisation. It has structure, it has roles, and it has a persona that's not human. It changes leadership, it changes direction. The current relationship is not dependent on the relationship you had with the previous boss, the previous workmates. They're all changing all the time. Whereas we seek integrity, which to some extent we seek permanence. You can't find it in this world, of course, but we do seek it, and those that are more permanent than others are some measure of assurance to us and great value. And the more you have the flexibility, where if people are not being loving and kind to you, you can put them at a safe distance, not meet them 3 times a week at church, whether you like it or not. Do you see? It's pretty obvious, really, isn't it? Thank goodness. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.